When people think of beloved television stars who shaped classic American sitcoms, Valerie Bertinelli is often one of the first names that comes to mind. For decades, she carried the warm, relatable charm that audiences associated with comfort and familiarity. Yet behind that familiar image was a woman whose journey would eventually surprise even her most loyal fans. Over time, Valerie began revealing sides of herself that the public had rarely seen before. These moments did not arrive all at once, but gradually built into a powerful narrative of growth, reinvention, and confidence. Viewers who once knew her only as a wholesome sitcom daughter suddenly witnessed a much more complex personality emerging. The shift sparked curiosity, admiration, and even debate. How did a star known for family television evolve into someone openly embracing vulnerability and self-expression? The answer lies in a decades-long career that steadily moved beyond simple labels and into something far more compelling. Valerie's rise to fame began during the golden era of American sitcoms, when she became widely recognized for her role on the television series One Day at a Time. Playing Barbara Cooper, she embodied the girl-next-door image that audiences adored throughout the late 1970s and early 80s. Her natural warmth and effortless humor made her a household name almost overnight. Millions of viewers watched her grow up on screen, creating a deep emotional connection that followed her throughout her career. However, early fame can sometimes create a lasting public label, and Valerie soon realized that audiences often expected her to remain the same person they first met on television. While she continued acting in various projects, that original role remained a powerful reference point in the public imagination. For many years, she carried the legacy of that wholesome character, even as her own life and ambitions continued evolving far beyond the sitcom that made her famous. As the entertainment industry changed through the 1990s and early 2000s, Valerie quietly began exploring new directions in her career. She appeared in additional television series and films, gradually experimenting with characters that allowed her to step outside the shadow of her earlier fame. These projects did not always capture the same cultural impact as her breakthrough role, but they demonstrated something important about her mindset. Valerie was not interested in remaining frozen in time as the same character audiences remembered from decades earlier. Instead, she embraced opportunities that allowed her to expand her range as a performer. During this period, she also began developing a stronger voice in interviews and public appearances. Rather than presenting a carefully polished image, she increasingly spoke about her real experiences, struggles, and lessons learned along the way. This shift toward honesty slowly began reshaping how fans and media outlets viewed her. Another important chapter of Valerie's life unfolded through her highly publicized personal relationships. Her marriage to legendary guitarist Eddie Van Halen placed her directly in the center of rock and roll culture, exposing her to a completely different public spotlight than the world of sitcom television. The relationship, which lasted many years, fascinated fans who followed both her acting career and the global success of the band Van Halen. While their marriage eventually ended, Valerie often spoke openly about the emotional lessons she gained from that period of her life. Later relationships also brought their own challenges and growth. Rather than hiding these experiences, she gradually began sharing them more honestly with the public. By speaking about love, heartbreak, and healing, she allowed audiences to see a more human side of her life beyond scripted television roles. A major turning point in Valerie's public image arrived when she stepped into the world of lifestyle television. Her cooking series, Valerie's Home Cooking, introduced viewers to a relaxed, authentic version of the star that felt very different from the characters she once portrayed. Instead of playing a role, she welcomed audiences directly into her kitchen and her daily life. The show allowed her to combine storytelling with personal memories, family traditions, and humor. Viewers quickly responded to the sense of honesty she brought to the screen. The program became more than a cooking show. It was a space where Valerie could express her personality freely. This stage of her career helped redefine how fans connected with her. She was no longer just an actress from classic television, but a storyteller, host, and relatable personality who invited people into her real world. As her public voice grew stronger, Valerie also began discussing personal struggles that many celebrities prefer to keep hidden. She spoke candidly about body image,
weight fluctuations, and the pressures placed on women in the entertainment industry. Hollywood often promotes unrealistic standards, especially for actresses who grow older under constant public scrutiny. By sharing her experiences, Valerie connected with countless viewers who faced similar challenges in their own lives. Her honesty transformed what might have been private insecurities into powerful conversations about self-acceptance. Instead of presenting perfection, she presented authenticity. This openness helped audiences see her not just as an untouchable celebrity, but as someone navigating the same emotional terrain as many ordinary people. Over time, that vulnerability became one of the defining characteristics of her public identity, strengthening the bond she shared with fans who appreciated her courage. Media reactions to Valerie's evolving public image were both curious and supportive. Entertainment outlets noticed how confidently she spoke about personal growth, aging, and self-expression. In a culture where many celebrities carefully guard their image, Valerie's openness stood out. Interviews often highlighted her willingness to discuss topics that once remained hidden behind polished publicity campaigns. Fans also played a major role in amplifying this transformation. Social media platforms filled with messages from viewers who admired her honesty and resilience. Some longtime fans even described feeling proud of watching her grow and change over the decades. Of course, not every reaction was identical. A few critics questioned whether such openness might invite unnecessary scrutiny, yet even those debates confirmed something significant. Valerie's willingness to share her authentic story had captured public attention and sparked meaningful conversations far beyond simple celebrity news. Valerie's transformation also reflected a broader cultural shift within the entertainment world. In earlier decades, celebrities were expected to maintain nearly flawless public images. Today, audiences increasingly value transparency and relatability. Many public figures now choose to share personal experiences directly with fans, often through interviews, memoirs, or social media. Valerie's approach aligned perfectly with this new era of storytelling. By revealing both her strengths and vulnerabilities, she embraced the idea that real life can be just as powerful as carefully scripted roles. Her journey mirrored the evolving relationship between celebrities and audiences, where honesty often resonates more strongly than perfection. In many ways, she became part of a generation of entertainers, redefining what it means to remain relevant after decades in the spotlight. Instead of resisting change, she used it as an opportunity to show who she truly was. Throughout Hollywood history, several well-known figures have experienced similar moments of reinvention. Actresses like Jane Fonda and Michelle Pfeiffer also demonstrated how careers can evolve in powerful ways over time. Rather than fading from the spotlight, they reshaped their public identities through honesty, advocacy, and creative risks. Valerie's story fits naturally within that tradition. Like them, she refused to let earlier success define the limits of her future. Instead, she continued exploring new ways to express herself, both professionally and personally. These transformations highlight an important truth about longevity in the entertainment industry. Adaptability often matters as much as talent. By embracing change rather than resisting it, Valerie showed that reinvention can be one of the most inspiring chapters in a long career. Today, Valerie Bertinelli's legacy reflects far more than the sitcom role that first introduced her to the world. She represents the idea that growth does not stop once fame arrives. Through decades of public life, she demonstrated that authenticity can become a powerful force in shaping both career and personal identity. By sharing her experiences openly, whether joyful, difficult, or transformative, she encouraged audiences to see strength in vulnerability. Her story reminds viewers that reinvention is not limited by age, expectations, or past labels. Instead, it grows from the courage to tell one's own story honestly. For fans who have followed her journey from classic television to modern lifestyle programming, the most remarkable part of Valerie's career may be her willingness to evolve while remaining unmistakably herself. That balance of familiarity and fearless self-expression continues to inspire audiences around the world today.